Hello friends, subscribers and new viewers of this channel, and welcome to Machine Learning and AI Tutorials. We are continuing strong with exploring and testing different AI models and AI algorithms and explaining how to install and run them locally. In that spirit, in this video tutorial, we are going to explain how to install and run on a local computer OpenBB platform. OpenBB platform is one of the first financial platforms that is free and fully open source. And on this GitHub page, you can see all the source files, which is truly amazing. And you can see that the files are written in Python. The OpenBB platform offers access to equity, options, crypto, forex, macroeconomy, fixed income, and more, while also offering a broad range of extensions to enhance the user experience according to their needs. There are several approaches for using OpenBB platform. First of all, you have a very simple Python interface where you can call several functions and you can obtain almost everything you need, or you can build your own graphics user interface, build widgets, do all sorts of things. And another approach is to use the graphics user interface, and there are several approaches to do that. First of all, you have something called OpenBB Workspace, and it's completely free. Once you log in, you will see this screen over here. That is, you will see this nice graphics user interface, and you can do all sorts of things. You can obtain real-time stock data, you can get news, you can get earnings updates, you can do all sorts of things. And at the same time, you can control and you can improve this by using Python. Another nice thing about this whole framework is that you can relatively easily, although I'm still learning how to do that, integrate AI algorithms with this amazing platform. And over here you have their own provided copilot, which is OpenBB Copilot, and over here you can ask all sorts of questions about stocks, about market, you can ask for predictions, you can ask for advice, all sorts of things. And the nice thing over here is that you can build and you can integrate your own locally hosted large language models. However, I still didn't do that, and I'm learning how to do that. In this video tutorial, I'm going to explain how to install and how to use this platform, both in Python and by using the graphics user interface. Here's a brief demonstrator, namely, here's the code that I've wrote that will download Apple stock history starting from example from January 1st, and over here I'm specifying the interval of 1 hour, and if I run this, you'll see what happens. Data will be downloaded and you will see a graph showing the history of the Apple stock. So here it is. This is on a 1 hour time scale. You can see opening and close these discontinuities, and you can see where the SPY currently is. It's somewhere over here. Or actually, this is not SPY, this is actually Apple. We know that the market is currently in a correction phase, maybe even crashing, and we will see what happens. Okay, let's start with installation. In this video tutorial, I'm going to use Linux Ubuntu, and the same instructions can be used on Windows by using Windows subsystem for Linux. In the next video tutorial, I'm going to explain how to run this amazing program natively on Windows. So let's start. The first step is to create a workspace folder and to install the necessary libraries. To do that, simply click here and search for terminal. Then over here, I'm going to open the terminal, resize it, and over here I prepare the commands that you need to type. So first of all, whenever you want to install a program on Linux Ubuntu, run these two commands, that is update and upgrade everything, and press enter. Oops, I made an error with my password, it happens sometimes. Next, let's create a workspace folder. Make sure that you go to the home folder, and in the home folder, create a workspace folder called testBB. Then navigate to testBB, and inside of this folder, let's create a Python virtual environment. First of all, verify the Python version you have on your system. Oops, you need to write actually this, since we are on Linux Ubuntu. You can see 3.12, And let's install a command for creating Python virtual environments. Here it is. Here, these two numbers, that is 3.12, should match the Python version you have in your system, and press enter. Then let's create the Python virtual environment called environment1. We can do it like this. And after that, let's activate our Python virtual environment by executing this command. Now we are inside of our Python virtual environment, and let's install this library. First of all, I'm going to install the basic OpenBB framework. And after that, I'm going to run this, and this will, in addition, install all the extensions, such that you have everything on your computer. And then finally, let's run this command. After this command is executed, we are going to write a simple code that will test the basic usage of this amazing software. Okay, so let's write our first code. I'm going to write a code that will download stock history, for example, of Apple, and I'm going to simply plot it. A nice thing about this software is that Pandas data frames are directly integrated in everything, and consequently you can use Pandas functions. However, if you want to learn how to use this library more thoroughly, then if you go into the table of contents section, you have this link over here, OpenBB documentation. Open it up, and over here you have this quick start menu, and you can simply go over and you can read a few things, how to write simple code, as well as how to write more advanced code, such as market calendars, earnings, and all sorts of things. Okay, so let's start. First of all, I'm going to start Visual Studio Code like this. If you don't know how to install Visual Studio Code on a Linux Ubuntu computer, don't worry, I have created a separate video tutorial explaining how to do that. A link to that tutorial will be provided in the description below. So click on File, click on, oops, not New Window, I don't want this one. I made an error. File, New File, and let's call the file as test.py. Save this file in the Workspace folder, and over here is the content of the file. So let me explain what's happening over here. First of all, from OpenBB, that's the library we just downloaded, I'm importing OBB. Then for plotting, I'm importing matplotlib.pyplot as plot, and I'm importing pandas as pd. And here's how to use this library. You simply need to call as obb.equity.price, and if you want to get historical, you just need to specify the symbol or the stock ticker. Then you need to specify the time, the start time. You can also specify the end date by just saying end underscore date. Then you need to specify the interval, and here are the possible options. You have 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month. And you're simply transforming the retrieved data to Pandas data frame. And over here, I'm printing the data frame, and here I'm also plotting. Now, besides the Y Finance, this is basically Yahoo Finance for obtaining financial data. You can use other providers, and here I created several examples explaining you, for example, how to use Alpha Vantage, Intrinio, FMP, etc., other providers of financial data. You can use all of them and you can compare the results, and this is what I'm doing. First, I'm retrieving the data, then I'm creating a new data frame over here, and then I'm just getting the volume based on the data I got, and I'm simply creating a data frame and I'm printing. Okay, so this is a simple test case. You can simply write this code. It's super easy to write. So let's run this code. To run this code, you need to call and press Ctrl-Shift-P, then find Python, select the interpreter, click here, make sure that you select the interpreter inside of this virtual environment, and simply run this code, and let's see what will happen. First of all, we are going to fetch Apple stock time history, and we are going to print the results. Okay, the first time, this is very important to know, the first time you run this code, you will see this building process. And now here are the errors. I didn't actually install matplotlib and I didn't install pandas. So let's do that. Go back to the terminal and type pip install matplotlib, and this will install matplotlib. And besides matplotlib, we also need pandas. So let me just type pip install pandas, and that's it. Okay, now we can start again. Control Shift P, Python select interpreter. Make sure that you select Python interpreter inside of this virtual environment and press this button over here, and the code should start. So let's see what will happen. Okay, so beautiful, here it is. Here is the stock history over here, amazing. And over here you can see the printed results. And here are some issues over here. So Alpha Vantage requires an API key and you can get it for free, and you can actually set it up very easily. You can read the documentation of this library. Consequently, we were able to get everything except Alpha Vantage. Okay, not a big deal, but still this is really, really good. In addition to the Python interface, OpenBB provides a free AI-powered research and analytics workspace, and you can simply open it by clicking over here. Now, after you open it, you need to register an account by clicking here. You fill in your email address, fill in this form and create an account. You will get an email address and click on the activation link from your email address. And once you do that, you will be in OpenBB Workspace. And you can do all sorts of things over here. Honestly speaking, I'm still learning how to use this amazing graphics user interface. However, I already learned several things. Let me show you. First of all, most of you might be interested in stock prices time series. Namely, if you click over here, you will see Apple stock price, and here you can change. You can choose whatever you want. For example, you can go with Intel and not INTC, I think. Yes, it's INTC. Here is the ticker, and you can see Intel behavior over time. You can do all sorts of things. You can get the indicators. You can use candlesticks. You can plot moving averages. You can do all sorts of things. You can find patterns. You can add text, icons, everything. Trend lines or something like this. And then you can have another line, etc. All sorts of things you can do. Okay, so that's one thing. Then if you click here on earning update, you can see recent news on earnings. Then you can see real-time news. Basically, this is updated, I think, every minute. This is basically 5-6 minutes old. You can see what's happening. You have an RSS feed. Then you have the equity dashboard. Then you have analyst dashboard. And you can do all sorts of comparisons. You can track everything in real time once the market opens. And over here you can get the world economics, all sorts of things. Now, a nice thing about this whole graphics user interface is that you can customize it and you can access all the data by using Python. I'm still learning how to do that, and in the future video tutorials I'm going to explain how to interface and how to customize this graphics user interface by using Python. Another nice thing is that if you click here, you can get OpenBB Copilot. That is, this is an integrated large language model that can be used to analyze the data, to do stock predictions, and to do all sorts of things. So let's ask a question. Can you predict the market behavior from March 23rd, 2025 until March 20, let's do, for example, July 24th, 2025. So let's click on send, and then you can actually interact with the large language model. Note over here that the large language model is not running on your local computer. This is a large language model hosted on their servers. I'm not sure what type of large language model it is. However, you can actually click here, and then if you click here, you can add your own locally hosted large language models. In the future tutorials, I'm going to explain how to do that. Okay, that's all for today. I hope that you like this video. If you like the videos I'm creating, please press the like and subscribe buttons, and see you in the next video tutorial.